Hello, we are gonna talk about our project Baby Care, which is an interactive mobile assistant for parents during mother's pregnancy and after birth. So let's start with stats. The first stat is about maternal mortality, and as we can see, the high rate specifically in Africa, since there are 525 from 100k women died due to preventable causes. And the second stat is about child malnutrition. Malnutrition rates remain alarming, stunting is declining too slowly, while wasting still impacted the lives of far too many young children. And then the third stat is about mothers in employment, and this chart is the percentage of mothers in work whose youngest child is 3 or 4 years old. There has been a particularly big jump in the employment rate among mothers with children aged 3 or 4 from 56% to 65%. And these stats lead to the following problems. Firstly, mothers are very busy and in need of something to alert them about their important appointments. Also, new mothers lack experience of how to raise a baby, so they might need some tips that could help them. Due to a lack of knowledge, babies and mothers might face health issues. There are many applications that provide limited features to help mothers. And now let's move to solutions.
Okay, instead of just talking about our features, we will show you a demo of our app and how every feature really works. After your registration, you will find 2 tabs. First, Mother tab, and it includes Reminder System. This feature provides an alerting system and purchase notifications to remind the mother of her important events, baby medicine, or anything else, as she can add a new reminder by adding the title of this reminder, the date, the time, there is a repeat or not repeat interval, and the type of repetitions. Then we have our second feature, connect between parents and babysitters. This feature has 2 perspectives. First one is mother's perspective, and this feature helps mother to find the best fit babysitter through filtration based on location and salary, and when the mother chooses a suitable one, she will see her profile, which had the basic information about her, like her age, slogan, and the number of hours she had worked for. Then the mother can make the request through choosing the number of children, the number of sessions per weeks, the number of hours per sessions, for how many weeks, her start and her location. Then the summary of the request appears to revision. Also, she can write a note, then sends the request, which is delivered to the babysitter. And here comes the second perspective we have. This feature helps babysitter to find more opportunities through list of requests where she can choose any of them. She will see the summary of the request, then it's optional for her to reject or accept it. And now we have our third feature in the parent tab, diet and food. Our system provides useful tips regarding keeping healthy as a mother, specific suitable diet and healthy meals for pregnancy, after birth, and breastfeeding periods. Then the fourth feature, doctors. As you can see, there is a list of doctors that can be filtered based on location and specialty, so that we can help mothers find the suitable doctor. There is also some information about doctors, like location, specialty, email, and phone number.
Okay, now I'm gonna talk about Baby Tab and its features. Actually, we have here our core features that distinguish our app, so let's get started. We have here Baby Cry Analysis. It's a machine learning based feature. It analyzes the baby's crying voice to help the mother know the reason for her baby's crying via recording the voice of crying for 10 seconds. Then the voice gets processed and you can see the result. And now we're gonna try it out. And now we are heading to another feature, disease diagnosis. It's also a machine learning based feature. Basically, it's a chatbot that you can talk to, and it asks you 35 questions about symptoms. And based on your answers, it shows the result. And then we have here vaccinations. As you can see here, there is a list of vaccinations with their dates, which is calculated based on the baby's birthday. And now for the funny part, we have this feature that reminds mothers through weekly notifications to capture photos of their kids, or even upload photos from the gallery and then make a cute album.
Besides all the features we talked about, what makes us special? We were able to integrate many features into one application to make it a one-stop app for parents. We used AI for medical diagnosis by building an interactive and easy-to-use chatbot. So now mothers can easily diagnose disease of themselves and their babies. And we used deep learning for enabling mothers to easily know why their babies are crying.
For more control over our features, we have an admin dashboard, which is an administration and management tool. On the admin dashboard, for more security, not everyone can access tables in the database. So, admin can access two tables only, the doctor table and diet and food table, which the admin can do all the CRUD operations on. To know further information about how the system works, let's talk more about the system architecture. Here we have the upper layer consists of the Android app and the dashboard. In the Android app, we have two categories, machine learning features and Android features. On the machine learning features, we have cry analysis and disease diagnosis. Both of them are based on machine learning models deployed in Google Cloud in a Linux virtual instance. To present the results of the machine learning models, we used the Flask API, where we used POST method to send data and get the specified response based on the model. This Flask API is the link to the Android and the server in cry analysis, but in the disease diagnosis, it's connected to Dialogflow, which is the platform we developed the chatbot on. Then we integrated Dialogflow with the Android app. Now to the rest of the Android features. We have those features: babysitter, saving memories, search for doctors, reminder system, diet, and vaccination. On the back-end development, we're using MySQL database, and all the work is on the web host server. Once a user registers, an API token is stored in the database that lets the user access all the features in the app. To handle responses and requests, we use RESTful API. As we mentioned, we have in the upper layer the dashboard, which is directly connected to the server.
Now let's move to the marketing user collaboration. In this section, we are going to prove how our app is user-centered and fit for the market. Before we begin in the project, we had to find out who will be our main customers and users. How would we give them value and get revenue from them? So we developed a business model and found out that our main users are parents and babysitters. Then, we took this one step further by designing personas of our stakeholders, talking to and conducting surveys with them in order to design user stories, which is what we would implement in our app. Of course, it was mandatory to take their feedback after each sprint or phase of the project and take it very seriously. Despite all of that, this wasn't enough to make sure that our users would be fully satisfied. So, we conducted user testing, where we set a task to mothers and record the time they take on average to complete. When we asked them to add a photo of their children, they took only 14 seconds. And when we asked them to find out if a certain food is good or bad for their child, they only took 25 seconds, although they were choosing among 57 food types, and it was their first time to use the app. So, in order to sum all this up, by this app we would help super mothers to understand and take care of their children while they are working. Also, we would contribute in reducing mothers' mortality rates and children's problems due to nutrition.